I'm back. I'm sweating my tits off, covered in shit. So that's got to mean one thing. I'm attempting to take a car apart. Yeah, I'm back on it. So the COVID kind of smacked me in the tits, but now I'm back, and I'm trying to get this, as you'd imagine, because you've seen from the title, this jumped ahead a little bit because I need to make sure I could actually get it undone. Ball joints, pain in the arse, not ball joints, but you know what I mean, from the track rod ends. I marked it up properly so I can see where it goes. Yeah, so that's ready to come off now. You can see that one's not in exactly great condition, so a new one there will be wicked. And you can also probably hear, can't, but there's a lot of play in that inner one. So I've marked it up, although I've just knocked it off. So I've marked that up to see where it goes. I'm going to measure the distance between the threads as well, because I've read that online. And let's get this one off. Well, I'm not being funny, this is the worst inner ball joint, inner track rod end I've ever seen in my life. The boot just won't come off because it's a pain in the arse, and to try and, where they put the bit in the middle, like the clip, it's just in the most awkward of places, and I don't have mini tiny hands. So I've just started cutting it off, but then look at what's inside. Honestly, water poured out, brown water, so check this out. Look at the inside of that. That is why I'm getting a knocking noise and so much play up front. There's just nothing left on that. It's just rank, so that's got to come out. So the worst case scenario has been realised. Yes, there's play in the inner track rod, but what I think's happened is somehow water has got into that boot and has just absolutely mullered the inner bearing of the steering rack, and I'll show you. I don't know if you can see the inner part, but if you can, the play, yeah, there's play in the end there, but the play on the inside it's just too much, man. It's just pissed out with water everywhere. It looks like a much bigger job than I anticipated. I mean, regardless, it was going to be a big job if it to the garage, it would be massive, but I can still do it, but it's going to mean I'm going to have to drop down the whole front subframe. Fuck my life. So, yeah, and I'm going to need to go inside now and see if I can find a steering rack online for sale somewhere, because I need this back on the road ASAP. Jesus. Right, I'm going to try and change the... Oh, what's the plan, Ross? Let me have a think. Fucking missions. Right, so I've got a new track rod end on there. You might say it's a bit pointless, but at the same time, I need the car to be mobile. But there's so much play in that rack. It's ridiculous. I did wonder where that knocking was come from. I did actually think it was some bushes. Obviously not. Now I found the culprit. Slightly annoying because it does mean, yeah, I need to find a rack. It's probably going to cost about $250, which is less than ideal, but at the same time, it's a lot less than it would cost to fix my Range Rover or my Audi. So what are you going to do? And it needs to be done. It's a 10-year-old car, right? It needs to be done. The other annoyance is, to do it, I'm going to have to drop the entire front subframe. So that's the only real way to do that. Not a problem. At the same time, I'll do the wishbones. I wish I had lift. If I had a lift, it'd be a piece of piss. Do this, no problem. I don't, so I'll just do it on my driveway. So yeah, I need to now go and find that. Again, bit of a pain in the arse. I'll come back though. I've put it back together. I'll show you. Myself put it back together. I've put the new ball joint on the end at least. Put the pin in. Yeah, I just need it. Let's see if you can see the amount of play that's... You can't quite see it when it's... Jizzy. Well, I need to get the car rolling. I need to get it out of the way. It can't be here, like on the drive-in pieces. So I'll put the wheel back on. Look at my face. It literally spat boot juice in my face. Anyway, so I'll put it back on wheels, get it out of the way. At least it drives. I haven't put a boot or anything back on it because at this point it's literally no point. So yeah, just get it out of the way and go and see if I can find a new steering rack. And the new steering rack comes with all new track rod parts to it as well, so annoyingly. But I was just hoping that it wasn't going to be that. But hey ho, it's still cheaper than it would have been if I took it there. They were going to charge 450 quid excluding fitting, so that would have cost me at least 700 quid. So, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Bit dejected, but I'll get this wheel back on. I've got a mate coming over with jump leads to jump start the taxi, so at least I can use that for a bit. Yeah. Balls, cars, man. Always something. Right, let's get this wheels and tyres on. Wheel thing, you know. Car semi back together. Over there. Fucker. Anyway. I'm going inside to try and find a steering rack. And to try and clean my face. Jesus Christ. Right, it's Sunday, and I've decided that, well, first of all, I came in yesterday, I was a bit obviously bummed about the situation with the C1, not ideal, didn't want the rack to be gone for obvious reasons. I then actually found online a second hand rack. I couldn't find any good options for new ones that weren't going to cost me a lot of money, so I was like, I'll find, but they came with the whole section as well, so they came with the full track rod, the inner track rod and the outer track rod, which I don't need. I've got those bits, so I just want to replace the centre. And for the most part, a second-hand one should be fine, because I mean, I've never seen the boots like that be full of water ever, like ever. That's just not a thing. And so I've ordered that, 57 quid delivered, so that should be here beginning of next week, sort of, so I can get that sorted. But then I obviously didn't want to waste the day, so I cracked on with some of the stuff with the taxi. I fixed the Starlight headlining, I'll show you that. I fixed the proper seat in place in the front. I got it jump started as well, charged the battery up there, so that's all sorted. And now, because it's Sunday, I've got a million things to do, but what I really want to do is finish off the seats for the back. So this is one of the fold down seats that I've finished, that's all done. I just need to do the last one there. I haven't done the backs that sit up there because they're attached to the partition. I can't get the partition off at the moment, but I'm going to finish those quickly now while I prep a roast dinner. So as soon as I've done those, I'll be off. Then I'll do the vacuuming out the taxi, and then that should be all sorted. The engine management light actually came on yesterday as I left it to idle for ages as I was charging it up, and then I took it for a drive. And as soon as I got in it, the engine management light came on, and I was like, are you kidding? Like literally every car I've got, every car seems to have a light on. But then miraculously it cured itself. So I'm just going to go with that and pretend it wasn't ever on, and we'll be fine. And lastly, in my quest of doing as many things on as many different cars as I can this weekend, just due to the fact that I couldn't fix the C1 in the way I wanted to, I went downstairs and I looked up all the fault codes on the S4. So the fault codes I'll put on the screen now. It's misfiring on cylinder 1, cylinder 5, potentially 6. I looked up where those are, and again I'll put those on the screen now. So it's the bottom corner, bottom right hand corner. And if you didn't see the video of me doing the S4, there was a slight crack in the loom down that side as well, so where the plastic has just deteriorated slightly and gone brittle, and basically it just cracked. And so I took it off there, and it doesn't look like it's sealing properly on the injector. So what I did, I looked for a whole injector loom, but I couldn't find exactly the right one. But I did find the plugs, so you can solder on, because I love soldering. You can solder on 2 new connectors, and the connectors were like $6.50 each. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go for those. So I've ordered 2 new connectors that I can strip that loom back, resolder those on, and go from there. And at the same time, I thought, well, I'll look for injectors just in case there's an issue with any of the injectors, those 2. But again, brand new injectors. Have you looked at them? My God. So for a full set, it was looking at like 1,700 euros. No, thank you. But I did look up the part number, the Bosch part number, and they actually came on some A8s as well, because the A8 did a 4.2 litre V8 as well, which is exactly the same part number. So I grabbed some of those, again, second hand off French eBay, in fact, a set of 8 injectors for 20 quid. I can test them before they go in, put a bit of power on them, see if they work, no problem. But yeah, it's worth having a few spares just in case I want to swap them out and see what works. So I've made progress on every vehicle, I just didn't get where I wanted to on the C1. But I'm going to crack on with everything I've got to do, finish prepping this roast, and I'll take you with me to sort out the rest of the taxi.
Just my kind of heat, keep it on repeat, tested by the motion, loving this devotion. Live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up, where I'm going. Stay on the fly, just in time, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe, you're like a centerfold. Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what
And there is the finished inside out. I mean, it's about as good as I'm going to make it. I don't reckon it's too bad considering my epic lack of skills. So yeah, let's turn it inside out and get it on there. And there we have it all stapled in. Let's flip it over. Sorted. 2 flip down seats. Done. Smashing the jobs out, so now I've now done the whole taxi. Everything is, I mean, dog hair is a nightmare, and I might need to change the carpet on the bottom, like where on the floor. I just don't think that carpet's hard wearing enough for feet really, so I might look for some black that's just a bit more suited for the back. Yeah, but dog hair, nightmare. Anyway, I'm going to give you some B-roll of just generally the inside of the taxi and how it's come out. I'm really pleased. I hope you like it. Anyway, let's do a bit of B-roll.
you got what I need, sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat, keep it on repeat, tested by the motion, loving this devotion. Live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up, where I'm going. Stay on the fly, just in time, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe, you're like a centerfold. Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need, sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat, keep it on repeat, tested by the motion, loving this devotion. Ooh, that sugar. All I want is satisfaction. Make a move, baby, you got nothing to lose. Give me that good reaction. Gonna make it right, little like it never right.
Yeah, I know, I've shaved what of it. I hope you enjoyed the taxi. I've really enjoyed putting this together. Again, there's so much more to do. I'm annoyed that I didn't manage to get the C1 sorted, but at the same time, I do have loads of bits coming. So stay tuned for those things, because they'll be coming up hopefully next, and also stuff with the S4. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
You got what I need.